I've been getting a lot of messages about AI. Actually, I've been getting messages about AI for a long time, but now with the whole ChatGPT release last year, people are going crazy because AI is here. However, my thoughts on AI are just a little bit different than the thoughts of other musicians and composers that have reached out to me. And here are my thoughts when it comes down to AI music. I don't give a fuck. In my opinion, actually, technology should be more advanced. At this point in time, based on human evolution and where we're at in terms of technology, we should be able to produce music generated by robots. Okay? Actually, what you hear right now in AI sounds quite shit, to be quite honest. Now people say, oh, this is version 1.0 or whatever. I don't give a fuck. It should be better than that at this point. I'm not going to stop playing the guitar because there is a robot playing the guitar. I am not going to stop making music because robots make music now. Actually, if robots start making music even better than me, I will use it as a tool in order to create better music. That's just the reality of it. I got people asking me if I have heard of ChatGPT. And I was like, well, as I'm recording this video, it's May of 2023. I found out about ChatGPT when it was released last year, okay? However, there are people to this day that have no clue what ChatGPT is, and I've been using it. I haven't only been using it myself, but actually it's an essential tool. And I gotta be honest, it's just one of those things that I use it on a daily basis. It's one of those moments that you see that you come across a tool like the internet, or when the first time you saw Facebook or YouTube or whatever, or have a smartphone in your hands and see the potential for this. And so this is fucking amazing. Is it perfect? No, it's not, right? There's only so much you can do with ChatGPT, but there's a lot of things that you can do, and it's about the user, how you're gonna use this technology. Those are my thoughts on AI, and I think it's a great technology. I'm all for futuristic advancement, actually. But my thing is that I feel, in a way, disappointed that this technology is not more advanced. And I know that we will get there. Eventually, we'll have certain technologies that today is just inconceivable. Okay, but we should be able to do so much with technology at this point. And certain things should be what we expected, whatever that is, okay? Whatever that is. Self-driving cars, which they are, but it's not the norm at this point, right? We still have to drive cars. But I do believe that at this point in time, as a human race, we should have figured that out. If you go back a few years ago, and I know I'm dating myself by saying this, but back in the day when we were saying that at the turn of the century, we were going to be having flying cars and we will be going to Mars for holidays and all of this, this didn't happen actually. It didn't happen. The future really is very unpredictable, for sure, but certain advancements in technology are just not as they were supposed to be, or they're not as futuristic as we thought they were going to be. So I come from the philosophy that things should be more advanced, way more advanced, today. So when I hear to AI music, I say, that sounds like shit. I know it will get better. And I know that I might replace certain things when it comes down to music, but there's still going to be musicians around. I'm still going to be playing the guitar. I'm still going to be licensing my music. I'm still going to be making music, even if there was no libraries. I'm still going to compose music because it's something that I like to do. I love to play music. And that's that, you know. So, but I will definitely use the tools the same way that I use samples, the same way that I use loops, the same way that I use, you know, a DSLR to record a video and upload it to YouTube. Right? Yeah, there's no AI involvement in it, but at the same time, it's a tool. It's technology that it allows me to do what I do. So those are my thoughts on AI. I'm not going to really dwell too much on it. I know there's a lot of people out there talking about AI. There's forums on music libraries. God forbid if you go down that rabbit hole. And, you know, there's certain things been happening in libraries with what's happening with the training models and grabbing our music to feed AI and all of this. That's for another video, another conversation. But listen, this is where things are going. I mean, what do you expect, really? There's a lot of conversations here. I know that I might polarize a lot of my audience. You're probably going to dislike this video right from the start. You probably will unsubscribe. Or, I mean, I really don't care at this point, because at the end of the day, this is where things are going. And it's not about giving in, it's about adaptation, and it's about how we're going to use these tools This is just another tool. And if when it comes to a point that this thing, whatever that is, if it's going to be a robot, if I'm going to have somebody compose my music tracks, then, you know, I will use those tools for my advancement to go forward into what I want to do with my music or my life or my creations. That's the reality of it. Now, has the marketplace changed over time? Absolutely. When I first got started, you couldn't sell PRO registered music on libraries. Now you can. There was no such a thing as subscription libraries. Now everything is subscription. Now there is all of this talk about libraries selling our music to train AI to recognize certain patterns, right? So they can create music themselves. And this has all been seen as something to replace us. I don't give a fuck, to be quite honest. I really don't. For me, I mean, I'm making money anyways by doing this. And you can opt out, or you can delete your music from certain libraries if that's what you want. It's a free world, you know. But evolution is just one of those things that cannot be stopped. In technology, it's going to move in a certain direction. Is it going to be good or bad? It's going to be both, like anything. You can use technology, you can use YouTube to create stupid fucking videos about, I don't know, stupid shit that people consume out there, okay? There is that. Or you can create a YouTube video which is an educational video with some type of content that it might benefit someone else. You, on your end, you can consume, you know, music that is quite frankly shit from famous artists or whatnot, or you can consume music that is a little bit more, I don't know, put together, more cultural or whatever it is, whatever that means to you. But we have tools and technologies that we are going to be using. So I think the real conversation here is not us composers that are going to be replaced by AI, all right? By all means, when that day comes, I will definitely use AI to compose my music and use it as a tool to create even more music and hopefully more revenue, whatever that is. I might create my own library, which is all made up of AI. I mean, you just don't know what the possibilities are. But quite frankly, I'm still in a position that we should have figured that out years ago. I'm expecting AI to be fucking making music as good as I make music, as good as a human can make music, as good as a human can play the guitar. It's not happening right now, and I'm not gonna be on the sidelines watching development of AI. I'm not in that business. I'm in the business of creativity. So I will definitely use those tools. I'm not gonna sit down right now and type in some things on an AI music generator and then listen to some shit that doesn't sound really good. I'd rather compose music. And I will definitely use samples, loops, which technically speaking, you can say that I'm cheating because it's not a real person playing the drums. It's an actual loop. It's a sample of some orchestra being recorded in Abbey Road studios or whatever. And yeah, it's being sampled by real people, but at the end of the day, it's, you know, it's digits, it's numbers, a digital thing. And I'm just using the same samples that you're using. And, you know, we're making music that is not really real because we're not playing it. All right? The only time I play music that is really real is when I grab the guitar and I'm actually playing the goddamn instrument. Everything else, the DAW and the automation, the auto-tuning, the time stretching, all of this thing, that's technology right there for us. Those are tools. When it comes to AI, then I'm really looking forward to using it the same way that I'm using ChatGPT to, for example, give a title to a YouTube video, or to describe my music, or to create I don't know, a fitness and diet plan for that matter, for my journey getting into fitness. You know, but it's a tool, all right? But I'm still waiting for certain things to be to a level where you can say like, yeah, you know, I'm fucking mind-blowing about this. At this point, yeah, it's good. I mean, ChatGPT is really, really good. AI music, I listen to it, I'm like, yeah, I get it, it's nice, but I'd rather play the guitar and put some drum loops in the background. And that's that. And then sell that music track. And if they're gonna train the AI with that music track and I'm gonna get some money and then that's gonna be a revenue for the library and for me, then, you know, that's part of the business. I'm not saying that it's right or wrong, it just is. And for the rest of you who think that this is over, this is only the beginning. And I can't wait to really go with the flow instead of against it. Anyways, I hope this video finds you well, my friend. Leave your thoughts about AI, because I know that you've been reaching out not only to me, but my colleagues and other people in this space that talk a lot about AI. And I get it. You know, it's a great way to create content, especially here on YouTube. Everybody's creating AI content when it comes down to music, or if you're a graphic designer, God forbid, or a coder. You know, I have got friends in certain industries that it's all the same conversation, right? Like, hey, use AI to create this, use AI to do that. Yeah, we get it, man. You know, it's technology. You have to know about it. To this day, I just got a guy yesterday telling me like, oh, I just discovered this thing, ChatGPT. I'm like, where the fuck do you live in, man? It's May 2023. This has been around for some time. It's even on the fucking news, and I don't even watch the news. All right, so we have to be a little bit more switched on, but we have to expect things to move at a certain pace as well, and say like, we should have figured that out a long time ago. So in my opinion, robots and AI and all of this should be more advanced at this point, and I know that it is really advanced, but when it comes down to the music and other things that has been happening in the AI creative world, not only music, but, you know, graphic design, video and whatnot, coding, and all of these things, I think is fascinating in the time that we live in, because now we can finally see what is possible, okay, based on what we have created, okay? So that's my thoughts. I don't know if this sounds like a rant. I hope it doesn't, and I know that I'm swearing a little bit here, but it's just a little bit tiring of the same wavelength that people are going with the same narrative of fear and insecurity. And I'm like, man, why don't we enjoy this, you know? Why don't we go and embrace the change? I'm all up for change. I'm all up for evolution. I'm all up for going to places where we haven't been before. I'm very excited. I will share more on my thoughts. Probably I'll get a little bit more personal, I guess, when it comes down to certain opinions. And who knows, you know? But in the meantime, let's go and make some music.